Hey everyone, thanks for joining in today. Hope you're well. So, I thought we'd take a little bit of time and look more closely at a concept that's presented in our organizational behavior class around the Aristotelian persuasion, and an area that I believe it's most practical in. So, I hope this isn't a surprise to everyone, but marriage is hard. When you're spending day after day and hopefully year after year with someone, there's going to be plenty of opportunities where disagreement comes about. You're not going to agree on everything. And even more so when you bring children into the picture, they're going to cause you and your spouse to take a hard look at what's the core of who you are as a person. Some of the more challenging things is around discipline. These are small humans that don't have a concept of anything and they're learning, and just part of life is they're going to test boundaries and authority. When these situations come up, the marriage is going to be strained. They're difficult. So I looked up a statistic from the American Psychological Association, and somewhere between a third and 40% of marriages end in divorce. It's because people end up getting contempt for each other and they just tap out. So this is pretty critical application in how to develop a sustaining marriage. You can be right and still in divorce. So clearly, that's not a good goal for us here. We're looking to set an environment to where we can engage each other in healthy discussions, and we can agree to disagree, but we're going to openly and safely share a point of position and allow ourselves to be open to see that of another. So, here, let's take a look and see how this applies in a family setting, in which we look at where we're struggling to get a baby to sleep well at night. So let's see how you can use the Aristotelian persuasion and get the upper hand in how you influence your spouse. But first, let's take a look and see what this does not look like.
Bed. Why aren't you going to bed? What does he want?
What are you doing? Are you rocking him again? We've talked about this. We, I mean, what is going on? It's 11 o'clock. We've said he's got to learn.
I just can't handle
Hey,
it.
we've said he's got to learn. We can't baby him his whole life. Put him down.
He's crying so much.
Here, if you're so worried, you get in the bed with him, okay? Baby him his whole life.
Yeah.
He's always thinking he's right, like, whatever. I just don't care anymore. I'm gonna rock him if I want to.
Well, that definitely didn't go too well. So let's now take a look at, on the opposite side of the spectrum, what good persuasion techniques look like in the same situation. Honey, you're still up? You always do such a good job of taking care of him. I'm so thankful for you. Is it alright if we talk?
Sure.
So, I'm concerned about the quality of sleep the baby and you are getting, and I've done some research on sleep training. Is it alright if I share with you?
Okay.
Well, we both have his best interest in mind, but when he's not sleeping well, you're not sleeping well, and he deserves you at 100% during the day. And I found out the best gift we can give him is for him to have the ability to fall asleep on his own.
But how do we do that?
I know it's tough, but we just leave him alone and let him figure it out.
That means we have to let him cry? But that's abandoning him.
I know, but we're not though. We're good parents, right? As long as he's fed, changed, and he's not sick, he's gonna be alright. I'm on your team. We can do this.
Okay, I think we can do it.
Yeah, we just need a routine. And imagine us all getting quality of sleep, sleeping like a baby. And then you might get in that little extra time in the morning to have some coffee and breakfast peacefully. Now that just felt all around a lot better. So let's do a little recap and deep dive into the elements that made the second situation a lot better than the first, or in this case, how elements of Aristotelian persuasion were used. So the husband comes in and initially kind of sets a calm atmosphere and establishes a connection. He's sincere and give praise, letting the wife know that the circumstances around the dialogue are safe and they're well-meaning and well-intentioned. Then he brings in elements of emotion. He's kind of just sharing about the current situation, how it's not good, sleep isn't being had by either the baby or the mom, and he's kind of offering a contrast where they can move to where everybody's getting sleep all around. He also establishes himself as offering a credible suggestion in that he's spent time in doing research and laid out some statistics or facts, if you will, just kind of the logical aspect. So as we can see, it's not easy, but if you're well intentioned and just having thought through some of these kind of what we would say is almost common sense type things, it can make all the world a difference. Well, I thank you all for your time today, and I wish you all continued growth and success in using these techniques and getting your way.